tries, ain't no gimmicks with this, okay? Now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these eyes ain't got nothing on them. I secured the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce, ain't no dub, ain't no...
Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passing.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
Number 26, Miles Sanders, the ball carrier.
The numbers for Sanders last week, 14 carries, 52 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Right there, 54.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Ball carrier.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Run for Pollard. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
The ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries for an even 100 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on them.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, McSorley throwing right, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
McSorley's pass.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Anthony Harris on the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the first down sack. McSorley escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting them now with a third down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's McSorley now, third and long. It's caught. Jones. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
25-yard line.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Intercepted by the Falcons. They'll take over. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tony Pollard, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Nothing.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Eagles, nothing.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Right there. 54, right there, right there. 54.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this into the hands of Travis Fulgham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Sanders. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Watch the pass. Watch 54.
Throwing is Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the Eagles will turn it over now to the field goal unit and Cody Parkey. This from 54 yards away. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. McSorley sets to pass. And Jones has it over the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Atlanta.
Now McSorley. The left side completion to Jones. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, Pollard. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
McSorley from the shotgun to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now here's Pollard, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Touchdown.
Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Second down, here's Hurts. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Here's Hurts to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And I think the ball's out. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got it. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded at the 33. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down.
Here's Pollard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now left side on the swing pass. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, McSorley. And he's got it. And he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
We got four. We got four.
It'll be McSorley again. Step fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. So we've come to halftime after due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
27, Eagles nothing.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 28 yards.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. McSorley, first and 10. This one caught by Ridley. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The end result, 21 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
On second and goal, McSorley. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 6 yards away. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes, because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Youngway Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Hurts sets up to throw it. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
A loss of
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. They'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. The Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's McSorley to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Falcons.
Throwing is McSorley. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Now Pollard. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. McSorley flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Nifty move. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Eluding the press. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on.
For the point after.
They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Tackle made back at the 17-yard line.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
39.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Hurts. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
On the return.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here we go, 50, 50, Mike 50.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Flush to his right. And his first throw here is incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Eason. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the foul. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Complete to
Tony Pollard there to make the grab. And the Falcons add on.
point after.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Right there. 54.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Hurts pass.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Terrell on the coverage.
The Eagles on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They go play action with Hurts. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They'll look to throw again. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deion Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He'll run it. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. The Eagles on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Tackle made.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world up to the challenge.
Number 1, the ball carrier.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, Michaels. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
At the 33.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Fulgham. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. 8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back first down pickups. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At the 46-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Catch made by Fulgham. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them.